What's going on, fellas? So today I'm going to show you exactly how and why your physique impacts how people treat you. So if you didn't know already, 90% of people will judge you within the first 3 to 5 seconds based on how you look, your style, your image, and especially your physique. This is why you hitting the gym and you making body game a top priority in your life is essential, especially as a top tier man, and especially as a man who wants results and outcomes out of life. All right, G, so let's talk about first impressions. Now, G, obviously you know anybody who you meet, whether you're going to see him again or whether you're going to see him every day at work, it doesn't matter. You have a first impression of that person, and based on that first impression, it's going to definitely impact how you interact with that person. Whether you're nice to that person, whether you're rude to that person, whether you're attracted to that person, whether you're not. All right, G, so first impressions matter. Now, this is the thing. Most people that you meet every day, you won't see again. So you may think first impressions are not important for those people, and you may think that the only first impressions that matter is people like maybe say a job interview or a woman that you're going to date or somebody who you know you're going to see every day. Gee, every first impression matters, and it's not because you may have a chance of seeing them again. It's just the energy that you want to project out into the world. And another thing is, you don't know who you're going to run into. You don't know who you're going to meet on mistake or just by proxy of you being in a certain place at a certain time. This is why not only do you need to make sure your style and your image is together, but a big part of that is your physique. So this is why first impressions are so important. I'll just give you an example. Let's say on a job interview and I'm your boss, or I'm your future boss, and I interview you. There's two different perceptions that I can have of you. If you come in with a great physique, the first perception that I'm going to have of you is that you're a dedicated person who respects himself, despite of the job qualifications. Now, let's say you come in and you don't have a great physique. You may be overly qualified for the job. But subconsciously, G, this little voice in the back of my head is going to be telling me that you are lazy and you're not dedicated. This may be shallow, but it's the truth, and this is how people see and judge you, especially people who don't know you, your character, your morals, or your values. They don't care. It's all about how you present yourself. All right, G, so get in the gym. So one thing that this is going to get you, not just with women, but with all people, guys, is respect. Okay, I am telling you this from my personal experience and my personal observation and how I see the world. Everybody sees the world differently, but I think every single person, when they see a guy that's in great physique, they automatically respect him. It's subconscious. They may not like him, but they'll respect him to some degree. Most people. All right, now remember I used the job interview example. When you come across men or when you come across people or you're interacting with people or women that you want respect from, like I said, one of the first ways is how you build your body. What does a great body say? It says you have discipline. I have a company. I have a business. If I hire somebody, one of my first qualifications is they are in shape. Like I said, this may sound shallow, but what this is going to tell me by them being in shape is, one, they're disciplined. And another thing, they have urgent patience, which means is they have a goal that they die hard want to get to, but they have patience, meaning they know it's a process. Because building a great physique doesn't happen overnight. Because when you ask somebody who got a great body and you ask them the secret, you will see that little sense of frustration they got in their face. Because there's no secret, G. It takes time. It takes work and dedication. And those are traits and characteristics of most men who have great physiques, especially if they worked hard for a long time to get it. So discipline is what you show to people, an easy way to get respect. Also, dedication. Dedication to what? Dedication to your body, G. Yourself. All right, fellas, if you don't love anything else in the world, I'd rather you love yourself. And when your body is in shape, let's say your body is in shape, but everything else in your life is in chaos. At least you got that in order. Here's a nuance. It's something that's talked about, but not enough. Another thing that you show the world, and this is going to definitely relate to women, is health and energy. All right, G, I want to tell you something. I want to tell you a secret. I grew up around women, a lot of women. And luckily, I had older men, OGs in my life to really teach me the game. And I didn't get all my information from women. But one thing I'll tell you to do, and one thing that I did, is I observed women. And I realized that when women see men, this is what I found out, G. This is just from a little birdie. When women see men with great physiques or men who are jacked, one of the first things, G, that goes through their head is he probably can pick me up. Or he look like he'll last long in the bedroom, or he'll throw me around, or whatever the case is. That's usually what's going through their head. All right, just like when you see a woman and she's flexible and she got a nice body, you imagining all the shit that she would do to you or you can do to her in your head. Same shit for them. All right, fellas. So health and energy. Vitality. One of the main complaints that older women have about older men is their body is breaking down, which is natural. But a lot of the reason why men's body break down so easy because they don't stay in the damn gym. All right. So this is going to have a lot to do with bedroom performance. All right, fellas. A lot of guys want to know how you perform better in the bed. G, stop smoking, stop drinking, eat healthier, and get in the damn gym. It's no secret. You can take how many pills you want. The gym will help, all right? Do your squats, do your lunges, deadlifts, hip thrusts, all that, G. I'm telling you guys, you want to increase your thrust power. Get in the damn gym. All right, now, another thing that having a great physique does in your social interactions is it gives you a different level of charisma. There are certain men who are funny. There are certain men who are very charismatic by nature, meaning they're just people. Like they love people, right? They're very social. Social animals is what I like to call them. But guys, when you have a great physique, you can keep your mouth closed and walk into some rooms and just get attention. And people just gravitate around you, especially women. When I used to party a lot, G, back in my degenerate days, and I used to go to clubs, I used to go out with my boys, bro, and I used to just stand there, G. And for whatever reason, within 20 minutes, like 2 or 3 girls used to just be in my vicinity, bro, in my radius. For whatever reason, either they waiting on me to talk to them, or they trying to find a way to talk to me or get my attention, fellas. That's what a great physique does, especially if you combine it with great style and a great image. All right, fellas, but your physique is like 50% of your style and image. So I'm not saying that this is going to make you better socially when it comes to verbally communicating, but it will change how people see you and react to you, and it will give you a little bit more confidence knowing you look better than 80% of people in the room. Because if you do manage, if you don't already have it, if you do manage to get a great physique, I guarantee you, you are going to stand out from 80 to 90% of people. It's just what it is. I live in Houston, Texas, G, which is one of the places in the United States that you will find men with the best physiques. And even me, when I go to places, public places, I'm like in the top 1 to 2% of men wherever I go when it comes to aesthetics. All right, last thing, and this is going to have a lot to do with your charisma. Now, there's many ways I can phrase this. I can call this your aura. I can call this your vibration. For some reason, I want to call it your mental health as well. All right, fellas. It is something about when you feel good about yourself. All right. My football coach used to say this. When you look good, you play good. I think Dion said this. When you look good, you play good. All right. So when you look good, I'll give you an example. When you put on a nice outfit, a brand new outfit, and you go out in the public, you feel 10 times better versus if you wore sweats. All right. You could be the same person even with the same physique. All right. But if you put on a fresh outfit that you just bought yesterday and you know it look good, your confidence is up. When you get a fresh edge up, your confidence is up. Now, when you have a great body and when you look in the mirror and you feel good about yourself, your aura, your vibration, how you feel about yourself, your internal confidence, and it changes your internal dialogue, meaning what you tell yourself. When I look in the mirror, G, first thing I say is, damn, I look good. Now, I know I got areas to work on and I want to improve, but I say, damn, I look good. So when I go out into the world, my mindset is, damn, I look good. So if I get anything contrary to that, I think something wrong with the person, G. To be honest with you. So when people say, damn, you look good, it's just already validating what I know. All right, G. So when you think positive, usually positive things are attracted to you. But when you don't feel good about yourself, this drops your aura, this drops your vibration, and the world feels this. All right? It's like blood in the water with sharks. People, especially women, G, are very conscious to the negativity that's going on in your head. They can't see it, but they can feel it. All right? And one of the ways to get rid of a lot of that negativity is to get in the gym and build a body that you're proud of. All right, guys, and I'm going to give you a bonus one. One of the biggest problems that men have today is not necessarily just getting attention, but getting people to listen when they speak. All right, fellas, if you are a man and people don't listen to you when you speak, that is a problem. That is low-key a form of them not respecting you. So, one of the main ways you can command attention is looking like a beast, getting jacked. And I'll give you a situation, G. Even if you're not a bitch, if two grown men approach you in public, one man is jacked, one man is not. The first man tells you, give me all your money. Now, he ain't got a weapon, G. He just threatening you and intimidating you or trying to and telling you, give me all your money. But he's jacked. You are far more likely to even consider what this guy is saying or even feel that this man is a threat if he had a great physique versus, or if he looked strong versus if he wasn't, or he had a dad bod or he was out of shape. This is an example of how your physique will make or demand people to pay attention. If you're talking on stage, even if you're suited up, G, 4-piece suit, but you're in shape, people will listen or at least consider what you have to say. If you're not in shape, I'm not saying people won't listen, but it is more likely that they will. Why? Because a great physique commands attention. Just like a woman with a Coke bottle, it commands attention versus a woman that's a 4 or 5 with a flat ass. All right, fellas. So appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Share this video with a homeboy that this will help out. All right, fellas, it's your boy KD. We out here, baby.